Hey, so in this video we'll show you how to make veal liverwurst at home. First of all, of course, we need liver. I have half and half veal and pork liver. And then for the meat, I have veal meat and then also pork belly. And for the spices, I have salt and cure. And then on the spices, I have white pepper, mace, cardamom and ginger, and then we will also add some caramelized onions. Yeah, let's start. As always, first step is to cut the meat into strips. Make sure that they fit your meat grinder later on, and then put them in a resealable bag or also vacuum them, and also cut the liver into strips and store it separately. Now for the cooking, I will do it sous vide. You can also do it without a sous vide cooker. If you cook it with sous vide, then put in the meat at 76 degrees Celsius, which is around 169 Fahrenheit, for around 70 minutes. If you don't use a sous vide, then you can also cook the meat directly in a pot. This is also explained in the recipe. Then cut the onions into strips or also small cubes, completely up to you, and simmer them in a pan with butter for around 10 minutes. Make sure that the heat is not too high, just simmer them at low heat, and yeah, just make caramelized onions. They should look like this, not too brown, being soft, and now you can go to the next step. I grind my spices to have like a super fine powder. That way it ensures that I can distribute it evenly in the mixture later on. My meat is cooked, and what I do now is to split the broth from the meat. If you cook it in a pot directly in water, then just get the meat out and we will add some broth later on from the pot directly. Okay, now add the liver cubes to the water and poach them for around like 5 minutes with the residual heat. This way the taste is a bit more mild, and as you can see, they are not yet done, but that's no problem. That's not what we want. We just want to poach them a bit to even out the flavors. Okay, now we have everything ready and we can grind the meat. I use the smallest perforated disc because we will mix everything up later anyway. So grind the liver first. And then once you grind the meat, just get it into another bowl. That way we can make sure that the liver gets super nice and creamy later on. Next up, we will blend the liver together with the spices and make sure that it's nice and foamy. And once this is done, we can add the meat and the fat into the food processor and also the broth, and now blend everything together. I now also added it into a mixer. This way I get like a creamier texture. It's completely optional. You can do it, you can try it out. Perhaps you don't feel a difference, but for me that worked better. Okay, and now we can fill them in jars, or you can also use casings. If you use jars, you can then boil them in at 100 degrees Celsius, 212 degrees Fahrenheit for around 2 hours. And if you use casings, then you need to poach them at 80 degrees Celsius, which is around 176 Fahrenheit. Yeah, both options work. Just go for the one which you like. I now have it in glasses. I let it cool off and put it on a nice bread, and let's try it. Wow. Yeah, the taste is definitely different than pork liverwurst. I like it better actually. It has like a more intense flavor. The spices also come through very nicely. I love mustard. Let's try it with this. Wow, yeah, I can definitely recommend it. As always, the recipe can be found below. And if you like this video, then subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.